Now we're ready to install our new piece of trim. Well, not yet. We have to cut it. So what we could do is use the old piece of trim as a template, but as you'll see, for whatever reason, however it worked out, mine is short. I think, honestly, what happened is I was that short and I didn't want to go all the way to the store for 1/8 of an inch. So I held it up like this and then I cocked in the bottom. But if your piece is the correct length, you can use it as a template. There's lots of options of how you can do this. You can take a tape measure and you can measure from the floor to the top here, 81 5/8 to the long point, or you could go to the short point and cut a 45-degree angle. You might not have any clue what that means, but if you have somebody that you know that does know, you can mark it on here, or you can just tell them the measurement and say, here you go, a friend of mine that has a chop saw or a miter saw or a miter box, whatever they might have them cut it for you. If not, and you are able to get your hands on a saw, doesn't have to be a $300 chop saw. You can get one relatively cheap, and I'll show you the one that I picked up. Another option, if you don't even have a tape measure, you could also hold this piece of trim like this and mark it right here or mark it right here so that you have that angle. And one thing I'm going to do is just mark it like this. That is the orientation of that angle, so we don't accidentally cut it that way. Just make sure we're installing it correctly. And make sure before you cut the top that as you're marking it up there, this is sitting flat on the floor like this. If not, if there's a gap, you might want to cut the bottom here to make it look good before you cut the top. This is a miter saw, or I like to call it a chop saw, and it's very easy for cutting trim like this. I just changed the degree to 45 degrees, and all I would have to do is make that cut, but you might not have one of these, so I'm going to show you a couple more options of what you can do to make this cut. Here is another option. This is an old school miter box. It does all these different kind of angles. You have 45s, 22.5s, and then you can do a straight cut for a 90-degree angle. But if you can't get that, you can just use a saw. I'll show you how this one works, but these are relatively inexpensive, and it's always good to have a saw around. So whether you get this and the saw or just the saw, you can make it work. I'll just show you quickly how to use one of these. Really simple. All these slots, for instance, this is a 22.5. You would hold this tight right here and then make your cut like this. It also has this right here, which is pretty cool. If you have a wider board, you could make a 45-degree cut just like that. It also has a square cut right here if you wanted to make a nice straight cut. And this right here is the 45. So you would line up your mark right over here or here, however you marked it, and make sure that the saw is straight up and down, and then you could cut your trim. Definitely a little more tricky to use than just a chop saw, but it gets the job done. Now let's say you don't even have a miter box, you just have a saw. That's fine. I have my mark right here. I'm going to transfer it up. And then I'm going to line this piece up, the long point at that mark, and I can make this line, and that is what I want to cut. Now, this might be a tricky cut if you've never used the saw before, or not much anyways. Starting this, you'll probably wander all over the place. So one thing that could help is if you take your piece that's in decent shape, you can line it up to that line. Just make sure that the trim is even all the way so that that angle is correct, and then hold it right at that line, And you want to just hold those pieces together as tight as you can, and this will act as a guide for the saw. Just make sure the saw is straight up and down, it's not tilted, and just go nice and slow, let the saw do the work, and make this cut. And then you should have something that looks like that. Not bad. One disadvantage of cutting this with a handsaw is that it's hard to make really small cuts if you cut this too long. It's very common to cut something too long. It's better longer than to cut it shorter because you can always cut it again. With a miter saw like this or a chop saw, you can just line your piece up and then just take a little bit more off like this. But with a handsaw, that's a little more difficult. If you do end up cutting it long, you could try lining this back up the same way you just did. If you had to take off that amount, and then you can make that cut. Because as you can imagine, making a cut like that with this guide compared to just making it like that, that's going to be nearly impossible. So if you cut it too long, you could try that. If you cut it too short, you might end up doing what I did and caulk in the bottom. Or you can get a new piece. Hey, it's up to you. Before we do anything with attaching this, we want to line it up and make sure that it's going to fit. That looks pretty good. Nice. All right, we can attach it.